The Doo-Doo Crew. Part 7 The Return of the Odorless One. Chapter 1. The Quiet Storm. It had been months since the Doo-Doo Crew's cosmic victory against the anti-stink gods, and the world was finally at peace. Laughter filled the towns. Stink-powered pranks kept spirits high, and the crew, Doo-Doo Man, Lucy, Stink Snatcher, Mrs. Crumplebottom, and Glimmer, were celebrated as heroes. But one night, an eerie silence swept through the village. Fountains of laughter dried up, and even the faintest hint of stink disappeared. The crew woke to find a message scrawled in the sky. I have returned, the odorless one. The Doo-Doo Man clenched his fist. He's back, and this time, he won't catch us off guard. Chapter 2. Gathering intel. The crew set out to investigate the source of the silence. They traveled to nearby villages and found the same ominous signs. No laughter, no stink, and villagers too afraid to smile. In the town of Flatulence Flats, they found an old prankster named Grimble, who had survived the odorless one's first reign. He's more powerful than ever, Grimble warned. He's built a device called the Void Cleaner, capable of erasing stink and laughter across the entire planet. Lucy frowned. We need to stop him before he activates it. Chapter 3. The Void Cleaner's Test Run. As the crew traveled toward the source of the silence, the odorless one activated the Void Cleaner in a nearby forest. Trees lost their scents, flowers wilted, and animals stopped making noise. The crew arrived to find a barren, lifeless landscape. Glimmer scanned the area. If this is what the Void Cleaner can do on a small scale, the entire world is in danger. The Doo-Doo Man adjusted his hat. Then we'll destroy it before he gets the chance. Chapter 4. The First Encounter. The crew tracked the Void Cleaner's energy to an abandoned castle. Inside, they faced the odorless one, now clad in a sleek, black suit of armor that emitted waves of silence. He greeted them with a chilling smile. You fools never learn, he said. Stink and chaos have no place in my perfect world. The crew launched their first attack, using stink bombs and pranks to disorient him. But the odorless one's armor absorbed the stink and nullified their efforts. They barely escaped with their lives. Chapter 5. Regrouping. Back at their hideout, the crew brainstormed a new strategy. We need something stronger than pranks, Mrs. Crumplebottom said. Something he can't neutralize. Glimmer's eyes lit up. What if we create a counter device? A machine that amplifies stink and laughter so much that even the Void Cleaner can't stop it. Lucy nodded. We'll call it the Chaos Amplifier. Chapter 6. Building the Chaos Amplifier. The crew worked tirelessly to construct the Chaos Amplifier, scavenging parts from every prank tool they had. Grimble joined them, using his knowledge of the odorless one's technology to create a device that combined Glimmer's illusions, the Stink Snatcher's bombs, and Mrs. Crumplebottom's traps. As they finished the device, the Doo-Doo Man addressed the team. This is our chance to end his reign once and for all. Let's make it count. Chapter 7. The Void Fortress. The crew tracked the Void Cleaner to its final location, a massive fortress shrouded in silence. The odorless one had surrounded himself with an army of freshlings, robotic enforcers programmed to eliminate stink and laughter. The crew infiltrated the fortress, using Glimmer's illusions to distract the freshlings and Lucy's gadgets to disable their defenses. They reached the central chamber, where the Void Cleaner hummed ominously. Chapter 8. The final showdown begins. The odorless one stood before the Void Cleaner, his armor glowing with power. You're too late, he said. The Void Cleaner is ready to activate, and this time, you will not escape. The Doo-Doo Crew unleashed the Chaos Amplifier, flooding the chamber with waves of stink and laughter. The odorless one staggered but quickly adapted, redirecting the Void Cleaner's energy to counter the attack. Chapter 9. The crew's desperation. The battle raged on, with both sides pushing their devices to the limit. The crew began to falter, their energy drained by the Void Cleaner's relentless onslaught. I don't know if we can do this, Lucy said, clutching the controls of the Chaos Amplifier. The Doo-Doo Man placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. We can. We have to. Chapter 10. A Glimmer of Hope. As the Void Cleaner reached full power, Glimmer noticed a flaw in its design. The device relied on a single energy core. If we can overload the core with pure chaos, we can destroy it. The crew regrouped for one final attack, combining all their powers to create the largest prank they had ever attempted. Chapter 11. Overloading the core. The Doo-Doo Man and the crew activated the Chaos Amplifier at full power, sending waves of stink, sound, and light directly into the Void Cleaner's core. The odorless one struggled to maintain control as the core began to destabilize. This is impossible, he roared. Chapter 12. Sacrifice and Redemption. The odorless one's armor cracked, and he fell to his knees as the void cleaner collapsed around him. He looked up at the doo-doo man. Why do you fight so hard for chaos? The doo-doo man smiled. Because chaos is where we find joy. The void cleaner exploded in a burst of light and sound, destroying the fortress and the odorless one's power. Chapter 13. The Aftermath. The crew emerged from the ruins victorious but exhausted. The silence had lifted, and the world was once again filled with laughter and stink. Villagers from miles around gathered to celebrate their heroes. Chapter 14. A New Beginning. Grimble decided to stay with the crew, officially joining their ranks as a mentor. You've shown me that stink and laughter will always triumph, he said. The doo-doo man looked at his team with pride. This isn't just about pranks. It's about bringing people together. Chapter 15. The legacy continues. As the sun set on their victory, the crew made a promise to protect the world from any threat to humor and joy. They knew that the fight against silence and sterility would never truly end, but together, they could face anything. And so, the legend of the doo-doo crew lived on, a beacon of laughter in a world that always needed a little more chaos. The end.